Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield. That
Come on.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Off the bootleg, Story. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On first down, Story. He finds his man, complete. It's Rose. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it.
That was a nice catch.
For a Steelers touchdown. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. That's a really good job of execution by them.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after.
Why would you go for 2 on that?
And he's
No
1
chance.
for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
You gonna return this, number 1? Oh yeah, he is gonna return
Here
it.
comes Smith out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP.
Oh no.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest
This
playmakers
is
among
not
quarterbacks.
gonna end
His
well.
goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
This is trippy rude too. Oh come on!
And he'll get this to the 22.
Defense can't bring down J.K. Dobbins.
At the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
God,
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
They run
Lamar Jackson's gonna run it.
First and 10. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
I don't ever give up touchdowns.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
We
you talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On third down, Jackson. Buying time to his left.
Nah, dang it.
Down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Two first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
Dobbins
pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. At the 42-yard line. They go play action with Jackson. They'll roll him out right.
No!
That ball caught. It's Mark
No!
the tight
Go
end.
down.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, crap. Can't let them have it. Cannot let them have it. Go down.
Down at the 25.
Holding offense.
Let's go. I'll accept that.
And that's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
I would take that. That ain't going anywhere.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
It's hard to tell what plays work, and it's 2nd and 22, so we got a long way to go here.
Now Dobbins.
San Francisco, 2 points.
Down. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Being chased, Ablett, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Is that a sack?
Montravius Adams.
Well, pay attention.
Get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
I think that was a sack. I wasn't paying attention though. In the corner.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
England into the sideline.
At the what here? The 12-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be?
Don't want to give up another touchdown, though.
I like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see
don't give up a safety. Come on, Story.
Right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams trying to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries.
Trying to be.
And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
He'll try again with the arm
fuck
here.
away from me, bro.
2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And way up.
Yeah, I refuse to go down, boy.
Before he's taken down. The extra effort after the catch.
Gotta know
makes
that.
it good
I'm
for
hard
a
to
gain
take
of
down.
26 and also a 1st down.
Tasha Queen cannot take me down. How hard I tried. Okay, here we go.
Off the play fake. Story. Oh,
I see an opening.
Deep to the
Get
other side
it!
of the field. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
No, that was just a bad pass.
Story. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field.
Ah!
He bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Enough of that. I'm doing it again.
Back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
I'm doing it again.
Off the play
I have confidence.
Oh,
in
he'll
my
try
out.
and throw it deep to the other side of the field.
Nice catch.
Touchdown. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just
I thought he was going to drop that for a second.
Scored. The defense got the ball back.
Ooh, I thought he was going to drop that.
Score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Torn labrum. Great. Bills Mafia.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
I don't think. Oh, he is going to return
Zone
it.
comes Smith.
Ouch.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your
that
team.
tackle.
You want to make sure that they stay positive.
Right there.
At the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football?
Where's
What
94?
do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Leo.
Still second quarter, you get points on the board here.
Do that.
I think you're feeling okay.
And
darn
that's
it.
why defenders are often
Still got
frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
Jackson.
Out of bounds.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Now is the punter, Jordan Stout. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ready?
Off play action. Story. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle.
Nice
And
catch.
this is caught inside the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point forthcoming.
Jackson's like he's having a hard time. But hey.
And it is now 21-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
What I'm happy about is that play actually worked. What I was trying to do beforehand.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1.
He's going to run it out.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but this offense hasn't been able to generate anything. You feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Dances by at the 20. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. Pretty solid game.
That was Watt that got there too.
As he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Here's
Good for TJ Watt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Fair catch in there.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
This is
nice catch.
Inside the 15. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 58 yards.
Here we go, set.
2-minute warning.
Ready.
Throwing on 1st down. Story. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tyus Bowser blowing that play up.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
Back to throw. Story.
Still have my
Over the
best
middle,
factor.
complete. That's Rose.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
No, I don't want to have a message.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 6 yards away. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Point after, right down the middle. And it is 28-0.
$50 seconds left on the first half clock.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Steps away.
He's trying to retreat, but the retreating is not going to work.
And he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line.
5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
So we've reached halftime here on
I don't know
opening
that we're gonna
weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And it's the Bengals who have the lead in the second quarter. Joe Mixon, a couple of touchdown runs. Next, we'll stay right here in the Sunshine State. Head down to Tampa, check on the Bucs. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Jalen Darden, a touchdown reception. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And this one going the visitors' way, as the Texans have the lead in that one. The Texans trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Ravens. And not much went right in those first two quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
Give me that.
Rifles one that's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes this 35-0 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And Andrews lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. There are two words that we hear. And now before the ball
come on.
hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough...
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And that to the 30. It'll be second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
Wide open.
Is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19
that was wide open.
Run. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Still 2 points.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback.
Thank you very much. I will take that. Get off of me, Lamar Jackson.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something.
It's caught at the 10. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there. With now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. From the 6.
From the 6. Yeah, you're not going anywhere on that one, buddy.
In fact, just a
nice
yard
try.
pass there to the 21. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And again, the run defense out this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. On the NFL scoreboard, third quarter now from Jacksonville. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Odafe Oweh there on the tackle. Joe Mixon, a couple of touchdowns on the ground thus far. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And that's caught inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Steelers get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Ravens nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We are through three quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back now here on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's got his man, it's Andrews.
Come on.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Again, Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give the...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now ready for another possession. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded right around the 8. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. To throw is Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. 5
Harbaugh
yards
wants the
that
flag
time
there,
out of the scramble.
but he ain't gonna
Now
get
they're
it.
looking at a 4th down situation. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. The way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Right back to him on 1st down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 48 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
First and 10, the 17-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle.
Ow.
Push his way down to about the 14.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And
Touchdown.
he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Hey, at least they were running the ball on the final play instead of trying to throw it to rub it in, but they still got in the end zone. I kind of blame that, though, defensively. They were just kind of not even willing to stop them.
Yeah, they had an opportunity, but I think they looked at the scoreboard and said it doesn't matter either way, and that probably affected them on that play, and they ended up giving up one more score.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers while you